Welcome back, my friends. I have so much that I wanted to share with you all before the end of this year. But for today, I wanted to talk about something that's very important to me, and it is this time of year, this sacred time of year in which we are in the midst of. Lately, I've been reading from this book, Christmas, which I talked to you all about in a previous video. And I've also been reading from this paperback book called Christmas Carol, the original manuscript. So it actually has images of the original manuscript of Charles Dickens' writing of the Christmas Carol. So it's really cool to read. Anyway, December is finally upon us, which means we're officially entering into what I like to call the womb of the year. And I like the image of the womb because when we look at it from the stages of our life cycle, it kind of correlates to this gestational time where life takes form internally. And it's within the darkness that it takes form, right? You know, my friends, in the darkness and the dark silence and the stillness of winter, all of life returns to its roots, and we see that, especially if you're here in the Midwest, where we really experience the seasons change. We know that many animals have already migrated to warmer climates or have shifted underground into a period of hibernation. And the food sources for the animal world are scarce. And the abundance of autumn has been stored away. As human beings, this is a time of year that really is to conserve our energy, while all that is more superficial becomes less important. And I think we can all feel this. It's a time for us to be more silent and introspection, and experience introspection, so to be more introspective. And for this reason, winter is really a time of rest as opposed to energetic activity. And I believe that this is very natural and organic for us, but this, of course, is in the stark contrast to the hustle and bustle of today's consumer-oriented holiday season, which we all get drawn into. So for many of us, this is a time of rising stress, increased stress and activity, and we feel the pressure to overindulge, maybe with food, maybe doing too many things, going to too many holiday parties. We feel the pressure to give gifts and buy things, and to perhaps attend gatherings which really don't really have meaning for us. Or perhaps they don't support and serve our spiritual practice, or which are not in harmony with our true values and beliefs. You know, my friends, December has always been, to me at least, a special month. And not because of any religious tradition, but because its darkness and silence offers me a sense of quiet, a sense of reverence and solace. And it's an escape from the craziness of our normal everyday life. Maybe it's the hope that December holds, that no matter how dark, how cold, how empty it can get and how empty it can feel, we know that the light and warmth will return. Something always changes and shifts in me when this time of year comes, and I do try to really embrace the darkness, and I always seem to look forward to the coming of winter solstice, which is coming in about a week and a half, December 21st this year. And in winter solstice, the entire world seems to be still and kind of hold its breath for a few days, while the earth, the plants, and the trees kind of wait to be born again. And soon, even though we can't see it, underneath the ground, the trees, the flowers, the bulbs, the seeds are already beginning their process of reawakening. It's a very beautiful thing to think about. So winter solstice is this time of year when the light is born out of the womb of winter's darkness. I read that somewhere. It's a beautiful, beautiful quote. Winter solstice is the time of year when light is born out of the womb of winter's darkness. Isn't that beautiful? So every year, on or about December 21st, when the sun's journey through the zodiac shifts from Sagittarius to Capricorn, the sun kind of appears to stand still or to rise and set in the same place for a few days before it becomes perceptibly noticeable to us that it's starting to shift back towards the summer and spring positions of the sun. And this moment during winter solstice marks the longest night when Earth's very breath seems to falter in the face of the overpowering darkness. Then, almost imperceptibly, the sun begins its long journey towards longer, warmer days, and all of creation begins to slowly start to come back to life. So the time leading up to winter solstice is considered, in many traditions, a very powerful and holy time of the year. And it's a time of waiting and expectancy for the return of the sun's light. You know, I was born in the Catholic tradition, so for Christians, this is the season of Advent. Now, this word Advent is derived from the Latin term adventus, which means coming or arrival. And this period encompasses the 4 Sundays leading up to Christmas, which is often honored with fasting and other purification rituals. Like many aspects of Christianity, this observance hails from a much older tradition. The exact nature of the early Celtic celebrations across the British Isles are really not known to us because in the 4th century, I believe it was in the 4th century, the Church of Rome overlaid the old festival of the birth of the sun with the birth of the Son, S-O-N, meaning Jesus. So this season of Christmas has really been overlaid over what we organically feel, I believe, which is this time of being quiet and introspective. So for me, it's all about introspection. And I usually take time and I reflect back on my life around this time in December. And I look back at what I've accomplished during the previous year, maybe what I've accomplished in my life so far, as well as what successes I've had and what failures I've had. And it's a time to make new commitments and be a better human being and try to be more committed to being a good human being in the coming year. And of course, we look forward to what we want to do with our lives in the new year. One of the rituals that I like to do at this time of year is to light a candle in the evening here in my room for about 30 minutes. And I do this every night, and I sit in the darkness of my meditation space, and I try to slow my mind down from the daily thoughts and activities. I try to feel the stillness and listen to the quiet, and I'm trying to be open to receiving the answers that I seek. And also to try to contemplate how I want to move forward in the time I have left. I often write these thoughts down, these ideas, these feelings, and the goals that I have for the coming year in my journal to remind me of the coming year and of who I want to become and what I hope to achieve. So my friends, I hope that you will find some ritual around this time of year and ask yourself, what do I really want? What do I really want? You know, oftentimes we think, well, I want more money, but then we have to look deeper. What do you want more money for? Do you want more money to live more comfortably, maybe to support your family? So we really have to look deeply at what we really, really want. And then we have to ask ourselves that all important question, what am I willing to do to get it? All right, my friends, I'll see you again soon. Like I said, I've got several more videos that I want to make that I'm going to try to get in over these next couple of weeks before the New Year's. So for right now, have a great day. I hope that you all will take time to consider what it is that you want to achieve and what you want to accomplish in the coming year. I'll see you soon. Blessings to you all. Bye-bye.